When I was 5 years old, I took my first ever trip to Disneyland. I distinctly remember how awesome and creepy the characters were. More than that, I remember how many rides there were. 53 to be exact. I could only ride a few before we ran out of time. Today, I'm rewriting that memory, and I'm going to be riding every single ride here at Disneyland. It may take me days, it may take me weeks, heck, it may even take me months. Okay, it probably won't take me months. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm locked in here at Disney property until I've ridden every ride. I can't leave until it's done. Let's go. And just like that, I was off to my very first ride. Whoa. I had to start with the most iconic one from my childhood. Ladies and gentlemen, ride number 1, Space Mountain. One down, a lot more to go. That was definitely a golden thumbs up ride. Because there's so many rides, I'm going to be giving the best ones a golden thumbs up. And at the end, I'm going to be crowning one of those golden thumbs as the best ride in Disneyland. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Bayou County. I decided to tackle each section of the park one by one. We're starting with Bayou Country, home of 2 rides. Gotta ride them all. Ride number 2 of 53. Oh no. You get super wet on this? I did in fact get wet on this. But hey, it's kind of like a cold plunge to start the day. If we're gonna do this, we gotta stay positive.
Happy Wednesday!
Good, not great. I was a little bit nervous about how long this whole thing might take. I just had to keep going or else I was gonna get stuck here. Next area, New Orleans. Home of one famous ride. I was excited because you can see the peak of the Haunted Mansion up to my left. I'm a little bit scared to go on, but I'm gonna go on it anyway to face my fears. Tonio, you're a grown man. Don't be scared. All right. I can't be doing this alone.
Is this haunted room actually stretching, or is it your imagination?
My friends, I have no other option but to give this a golden thumbs up. Mostly because the intentionality behind the line was awesome. The ride was crazy experience altogether. Several hours had passed and I'd only ridden 4 rides, and this was because I'd run into a huge problem. The line. I didn't take into account that some of these rides had wait times of over 3 hours. I was starting to consider the real possibility of being stuck here till I'm 40. Which is 14 years away, by the way, for this person who commented that I'm their mom's age. I'm not 40, I'm 20. Behind me is the Star Wars portion of the park, which I am super excited about. Let's go check it out and see who we see. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, home to 2 pretty awesome rides that I was excited to ride. Yeah, this place was awesome, and it took away any nerves that I might have had for a little bit. This is crazy. Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. Let's do this.
Y cuide a los niños.
This ride, golden thumbs up. Let's keep it going. At this point, I'm already starting to feel kind of tired, which begs the question, why am I even doing this at all? See, it's been just over 20 years since that first ever Disney trip. Now, I'm the dad who wants to bring his family here, and I want them to have the absolute best experience possible, which is why I'm trying to find the best ride to go on with my son one day, and the best food to eat with my wife one day. They'll actually be joining me whenever I finish, and that's kind of all the motivation I need to keep going. So let's have a snack break with the infamous Galaxy's Edge Blue Milk. Good, not great. Also like $10. Cheers. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna win best meal. There's a possibility that this next ride makes up for it. Rise of the Resistance. Let's go. This is one of those rides that as a full-blown adult you go on and it makes you feel like a kid again. Not all the rides accomplish this, but this one just has the ability to do it. Like literally, check this out. That was literally just the line. And now the ride starts.
Ultimately hopeless.
Rise of the Resistance, absolute golden ride. If you have the opportunity to ride this ever, ride it. That was amazing. Galaxy's Edge was conquered. As great as that was, I had a pit in my stomach because of two things. One, it's already the afternoon on my first day and I've only ridden 6 of the 53 rides. Two, those 53 rides are split between 2 parks, Disneyland and California Adventure, which means I have a whole nother park. And I've been told that the scariest ride known to man is waiting for me there. But I had to keep going. Adventureland, home of 3 rides. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, are you going to be on this ride? He said that since he'd already been in one video, he didn't want to be in another, but he let me take this quick pic of him.
See that snake statue up there? Do you want to know what it's made out of? Grass.
Going on these rides alone as a full-grown man is kind of like going to the movies alone. Pretty fun, but you get some sad looks.
That was awesome. Not a golden ride, though.
This one was a classic, and I heard a tale that they actually based the movies off of this ride, so that was kind of cool. And after this, it was time for a snack.
Hello, how can I help?
Can I please do the tuna salad sandwich?
Yeah.
Thanks so much, man.
I had to try it because I think my wife Holland might like it, but I don't know if she would love it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the best tasting thing ever, but I feel like it is like good fuel, and it's giving me everything I need to have the energy to keep going hard. I'm feeling a little bit, but the vibes are still high. Let's get to the next ride. I would be riding Indiana Jones after this, but that one is temporarily closed, and so we're gonna go ahead and just mark it off the list. As evening came, the park got even more busy.
This is going to be a little bit of a challenge to try to get all the rides I need to hit with the waiting times for these lines.
The good news was Adventureland was conquered, so I hopped on a transition ride to take us into the next land. All right, my friends, behind us we got Frontierland. It's getting dark, and I gotta be honest, I am getting exhausted already. But we got Big Thunder Mountain that we're about to go on and hopefully get the energy back up, so let's go get it done. My body hurts from being yanked around on these rides. I know I'm gonna get old comments for saying that. Not the young man I once was. Subscribe to the channel so we can become the #1 most subscribed to Tonio on YouTube. Golden thumbs up. While I'm knocking out this ride, I figure I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Chimichanga. Let's see how this tastes. 4 words. Better than Taco Bell. Haha. Sorry, that was pointless hate. This meal was decent. I think it's gonna be the winner. It's better than America's Worst Cruise. All right, my friends, the park is slowly dying down. It's about 9 o'clock right now. I have a raging headache, and I think I'm gonna call it a night so that I have energy tomorrow to hit as many rides as possible. The aspartame in this is probably not doing me any favors. I'm gonna try to get a good night's sleep. I'm gonna walk back to where we're staying tonight. Don't worry, it's on Disney property. I'll show you guys where we're gonna be sleeping. As I look out at Tom Sawyer Island, and as the crowds slowly die down, today was an amazing day. Tomorrow's gonna be even better. Let's go. Welcome to the Pixar room, guys. Day 1, done. I was exhausted and a little bit worried about tomorrow. How long was I going to be stuck in this routine? For whatever reason, I couldn't stop thinking about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Who needs to go to Star Wars World when Star Wars World could come to you? Am I right? Thanks to Displate, it's possible. Displate creates these metal posters that are sleek, they're collectible, and they're super easy to hang up. These things are made of actual steel, so they look super premium and basically last forever. They've got over 2 million designs from Star Wars to Marvel to pretty much anything you could think of. Let me show you how easy it is to mount these things. No nails, no power tools. You just peel and stick and snap. Magnet locks it in. If you want to change it later, just pull it off and swap it out. Shh, your landlord won't even know. They even just launched something called Textra, a textured version that pops off the wall with crazy 3D finishes and gloss effects. It's like your favorite art leveled up. So if your walls are feeling like mine were back before this awesome art right here, look at that. Click the link in my description or use the code Tonio to get 25% off one display. Or if you order 2 to 3, up to 32% off. And if you order more than 3, up to 37% off. Textras included in all of those too, by the way. Head on over to displate.com/@Tonio. Thanks again to Displate for making all this possible. Now let's get back to the park. It's day 2. I had dreams about Mickey. It's day 2 of who knows how many more days. All I know is that we have to keep going. Guys, you're gonna want to see this. That's that mouse. 7:30 in the morning and the park is already popping like this. We gotta get moving because these lines are gonna fill up fast again. Ladies and gentlemen, Tomorrowland. A land of tomorrow, a land where dreams come true. It was Walt Disney's dream to see this, but I'm just kidding. I don't know what Walt Disney's dream was, but what I do know is that there's a lot of rides here. If we're gonna stay on schedule, I need to stop yapping and we need to get in here and start cranking them out. I set my coffee behind this trash can, hoping it would still be there when I finished.
Good morning, Disneyland. Now to see if the coffee is still there.
It was, and the caffeine was starting to kick in. So let's speed run these next few. Star Tours next.
Making you feel like you're not waiting in line forever, even though sometimes you are.
Things were flowing and we were cranking them off the list. And that's when we got to a ride that surprised me. So this ride was awesome and very peaceful. Although I didn't exchange a single word with the man next to me, we were definitely bonding through this experience. Just 2 guys looking out into the ocean blue, thinking about life and looking for Nemo. What more could you ask for out of life? Okay, the Finding Nemo submarine ride was definitely a golden thumbs up winner. Next up, we have our last one of Tomorrowland, Autopia. And then I think we got to get some delicious food. Let's keep it going. Somebody needs to count how many times I say that line. Let's keep it going. It's just what I say when I don't know what else to say. And people are looking at me, so I want to end the recording.
Somehow I'm worse at driving this than my regular vehicle. They're like 7 years old. They cannot beat me. How is their car going faster than mine? Can I please do the chicken tenders and waffles?
Chicken tenders and waffles?
Now this is the kind of breakfast that I need to fuel my day. This was delicious. This one's going to be a strong contender for best meal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next we got Mickey's Toontown, home to one of my favorite rides that I have great memories with. Let's keep it going. This is a very young part of the park, so I felt kind of weird as just a full-grown man walking around.
I'm the only person without a small child riding this ride right now.
If only everyone giving me weird looks knew that I was on a mission to find the best ride ever for my son. Let's speed run again. Golden thumbs. Look, I had to do it. Did I just pay an excessive amount of money for this hat? Absolutely. Let's keep it going. We were actually making great progress. We only had one more section of the Disneyland park to tackle before we were completely done and could move on to conquering California Adventure, getting to see my family and getting out of here. So I grabbed a snack that was again good but not great and got ready to hit the final part of the park. But unfortunately, I hit a wall. No, like I literally ran into a wall. I'm kidding. No, I didn't. But my head feels like I did. I have a raging headache. I have no idea why. I've just been going on fully immersive, highly stimulating, fast-paced, absurdly jarring rides. Probably a mixture of that and the chicken and waffles or corn dogs and also the intense lack of hydration. Forwards, let's keep it going. I crashed out on the floor and didn't go back to the park until the next day.
Day 3, no more headache. Today, we're gonna hit more rides than we've ever hit. And maybe even finish this challenge.
As you can see behind me, people are pouring in to Fantasyland. That's the magic of Disney, I guess. Let's go. I picked the wrong song. Guys, look, we gotta grind. few hours, I was going crazy, and so I got a snack. And I'll just say, this thing was pretty good. It gave me energy because I was gonna need it for the next ride. After that, there was one last thing I needed to make sure I did before leaving Fantasyland. I was not strong enough. Just walk it off, bro. Friends, we have officially conquered Disneyland. I had just over half a day to knock out around 20 rides in California Adventure. I had to lock it in. Made it to Avengers Campus. Perfect, thank you. You're the best. This felt way cooler in the moment. I don't know why I was biting my lip like that. The line itself is just so cool.
Destroy all the control systems.
Incredible, incredible, incredible. Golden ride, baby, golden ride. Next up, we got Cars Land. I gotta give it to him. I instantly felt like I was transported into the movie from my childhood.
Do you want the caramel sauce?
Sure. Yeah, más o menos. No es tan perfecto, ¿verdad?
Are you listening to me? If you haven't, then you want to be. I'm here to get this point across. I'll tell you why. It's just because I'm gonna break through to you. It's when the signs are all pointing true. If it's the last
Another golden ride and a good meal. I wouldn't have guessed that things were about to take a turn, but they were. Because for whatever reason, the next several rides decided that spinning their guests time and time again was fun. Well, guess what? I've gone on 36 of these things, and all I feel is pain. Behind me is the ride I'm perhaps the most afraid of. I'm going to be procrastinating that one till hopefully the end of the day. But I am going to head in here into Pixar Pier, and I'm going to conquer every ride. We're losing daylight, so we got to keep moving. Let's go conquer the Incredicoaster. I blazed through the last few rides, and all the while I still had one on my mind. There comes a point in every man's journey where he has to face his fears, and now is the time for me to face mine. Am I scared? Absolutely. We gotta finish this journey strong. Let's do it. Have you ridden this before?
No, I'm scared.
I'm scared too. I've saved the scariest for last. We got this. Oh, how many times did we go? Just once?
I think twice.
Twice? All right, before we hand out the prize to the best ride in all of Disneyland, we've tried a lot of different foods. There's still one more that I've been holding out on that I want to compare everything else to because I think it potentially is going to win, but I don't want to try it alone, so let's head over. Okay guys, we're gonna get like a super dramatic shot with like the castle and stuff in the background, but everything is closing, and so we're just gonna reveal the best food here. Pineapple Dole Whip. Wow.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
This is the best food. we have one last thing to do, and that is to crown best ride at Disneyland. I think my son's gonna need to help me with this one since he's gonna be going on it one day. Let's keep it going. Over 50 rides, 3 days, and lots of headaches later. There's one thing that I know. Even the happiest place on earth is lame after a while if you don't have your people. And now that I'm a dad, I have my built-in people. And I can't wait to take this little guy on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance when he's old enough, because that's the best ride at Disney. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, there's a really good chance you'll like this video too. And there's probably like a 27.6% chance that it changes your life. Okay, I just made that up. But hey, it's worth a shot. See you in the next one.